contributions to the Human Development Agenda globally, i.e. poverty, literacy, injustices among women, drugs among youth, etc., etc., etc.
Okay, thank you. I think that's the same question that you asked last year. But let me ask perhaps Natalia, without necessarily asking you to respond to all of those specifics, but the fashion industry, how does it see its broader social responsibility, and how does innovation in a CSR, corporate social responsibility sense, play into the power of innovation in a product category like fashion?
I think I would actually take the answer in a different direction. I prefer to point to the millennial generation,
okay,
because I believe that those issues are becoming increasingly important to a young generation that has a tendency to look toward career paths that are not just about business, but that incorporate good business practices with profitable practices. And so there are companies that I can think of, such as DoSomething.org, that has mobilized millions of youth to volunteer, not in a particular organization, but to volunteer in whatever capacity they're inspired to move in. So if it's donating food in a community, or volunteering at a women's shelter. And this is aggregated online and then shared, and it inspires others to move on. And so they've leveraged pop culture, they've leveraged the internet, and they've leveraged this fascination and this drive of a young group, to help. So while there are many challenges out there, and by no means have we solved any number of the problems that were pointed out, I think that the future is promising if we at least kind of look at this generation that is coming up.
And David, the average age of your employees is probably the lowest of the other 5 members of this panel. How would you respond, building on Natalia's?
Yeah, well, I think at Google we've always thought that there's a broader social responsibility, and we have an arm called Google.org where we are attempting to use the engineering talent that we have at Google to address some of the issues that you raised, and it's these problems are really, really intractable. But I would agree with Natalia that I think that folks younger than me even are really, really engaged and want to spend a lot of their time working on these things.
Okay, thanks, David. I'm going to go behind the front row, if you'll excuse me, to the gentleman in white, 5 rows back. If you could please give him a mic.